welcome everyone. I'm really happy that you had the time and will to join us during this virtual Christmas tree. This time we need to use a bit of our imagination, but some of you are really into the spirit based on your lovely outfits. So I hope we'll share the spirits later on. Yeah, so yeah, that's time to officially start. And I did the admin part, but the official welcoming. Microphone is your Henrik, the chairman of the foundation.
Okay, thank you. Let's see if this well can be made to work. Yes. Hello, dear friends of Scouting in Europe. Merry festive season greetings. We're almost at the end of the year 2020, which I think it's fair to say it has been a difficult year. So I'm sure we're all looking forward to the holiday season, to calm down, to spend time, to take a break. But I'm very happy that today we can still get together before the Christmas break and wish each other happy holidays, and to say also thank you for the past year 2020 that is about to close. For us in the Friends of Scouting in Europe, as you know, the year was quite special as well. We couldn't meet physically as we like to do, so instead we have adapted. We are now meeting virtually, and as Agnieszka said, this is already the third online gathering, so I think it's fair to say we are getting there. We are being adapting and moving with the times. At the same time, in this year 2020, FOSE received many more requests of support than in the previous years. So clearly there has been a big need, and we were able to do our part. We doubled the financial support that was distributed compared with the year before, so that's plus 100%. That's quite impressive. And I would like to say thank you to you, the donors, because it's your donations that make, of course, this support possible. And this is, I think, the happy numbers that we can keep from this 2020, that otherwise was not so good. But for that point, I think we should be. Before the year 2020 ends, one important reminder: if you haven't paid yet your annual donation 2020, or if you know someone who hasn't paid their annual 2020, now it is the last days to do so. And if you find it difficult to remember to pay every year, we have a perfect solution for that. We recommend that you can switch to lifetime, and then you don't have to remember the annual payments anymore. This is formally recommended, and your support is very important in these times. 2020 is over, so some plans for 2021. I think the first plan that all of us we have is to return to normal as soon as possible. It might be a little bit gradual, it might take some time. For us in FOSE, it means that we hope to have next year again physical FOSE gatherings as soon as the situation allows. It could be different countries at different times. So your national FOSE country coordinators will be the best people to see when is the moment friends in a particular country can come together. You may have heard that the European Jamboree that was planned next summer in Poland will not take place, unfortunately. This is a great pity, so that's an occasion where we will not be able to meet. But the good news is that the annual country visit of FOSE to Slovakia is still planned. It will be in October, as in normal years. The dates are 7th to 10th of October. It's a Thursday, Sunday, long weekend. And our Slovakian hosts have promised that they will don't mind that we are 1 year late. So they will still be happy to receive us. I'm not sure if Lene and Peter, the organizers of the trip, are here on the call. If they are, I'm sure they will say hello to all of us. And they will let us know, let's say in May, June, the arrangements. But I would like to ask you to note already 7th to 10th of October and then wait for the confirmation, arrangements, prices, registrations, all that in May, June. A final word for 2021 concerns the renewal, the regular renewal of the administrative parts of the European Scout Foundation. You may know that we function with 4-year mandates, and in fact, the current mandate is ending next year in 2021. So there will be a renewal, a board has to be elected for the new 4-year period. And this will include notably the chairman role. I will not be seeking myself a second mandate. So we will be looking for a new chairman who should take over for the next 4-year period. And that's not all, because we have identified also a second quite important recruitment need as a part of the succession planning. We will be recruiting a Swiss financial profile to work with the treasurer closely and to prepare that succession as well. So there will soon be an announcement and a call for expressions of interest for these two key roles. So watch out, you will receive that in your mailbox. So this all will mean that next year, 2021, for us, from an administrative part, will be a little bit of a transition period as well. So please have patience with us in this period. And of course, the people who are on this call are probably among the more active friends of Scouting in Europe. So if you would be interested in either of these roles, or if you could think of someone else who might be interested, we will be happy to have a chat with you and clarify and explain and help. So I'm available, the other board members are available, and Jorgen, as our honorary chairman, also is happy to give his views. So don't hesitate to take contact, and we want to hear from you. Have a good transition.
Okay.
And to conclude, just one personal reflection from my side. These 4 past years have been quite good years, FOSE, and this is thanks to you. We have greatly increased the number of Friends of Scouting in Europe, and we have increased the number of active countries. And of course, as a result, FOSE Capital. So this means that there will be a permanent increase in the yearly income to support Scouting in the future, in the years to come. So it's a good basis to continue the work in the next period. This all thanks to your ongoing support. So I wish you a happy Christmas period and a good start of 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Henrik, for this introduction, but also a bit of a summary, not only about this year, but the last 4 years. Let me just also get back to the past a bit, because as in the meantime, my lovely assistant reminds me, I forget about one important thing about this meeting, about the agenda. I'm sorry for that. Just so overexcited about our meeting. So that's the plan of our meeting today. We are already past point number 2. Now the next part, it will be update from a region. And today, the person who will give this update will be Tankmar. As you might remember, in the past it was Lars and Martin. And then at point number 4, we will have our special guests of the evening, and I'm so excited about that. And then some another activities for you, because as the last time you said that you really like this online interactive form. So just after the official information about open call, something that Henrik already mentioned, we will do this interactive quiz. And I assume, well, please don't use Google to answer and find the good questions, because I'm really sure that you will manage with all that questions. Okay, so that's the agenda. So we can move to the point number 3. So update from the region, and the microphone is going to Tankmar.
Thank you very much, Agnieszka. I had a voice issue because I had kind of a cough, but I'm recovering, and I'm hoping that you can well understand myself. I am Tankmar, as many of you know already. I'm the treasurer of the region, and I'm happy to bring an update to you guys here to understand what's going on in the region. What are we doing? How are we dealing with the situation? First of all, we are still alive. Everyone is doing well. This is the best information I can give you. And I can say, yes, we are doing activities. Of course, as is also in your environment, things changed a lot. So we had to switch a lot of activities from physical meetings to virtual meetings. We had to prepare documents or provide materials so that people can do something at home without traveling, without having dangerous contacts, and so on and so forth. I can say, especially for the volunteers, and that's probably something that you experienced as well, it's very hard to keep the motivation up. So one of the biggest issues we have to deal with is permanent decline of motivation, because if you meet people, if you meet them physically, if you are together spending a good time, that's also something that contributes and is kind of the engine or the power machine for why you are doing volunteer work. Or we can say people in our group of volunteers are still very motivated and they are doing a lot of things. You may have seen we are circulating regularly updates of what we are doing. And you may have noticed in particular, just to pick like two bigger things, the academy took place a whole long weekend. I think some of you participated in the academy, and that was a real success, and we were happy that we could really make it, because this is obviously one of the most important events we are doing. And just yesterday, we were able to publish a list, checklist how to do sustainable events. This was a priority where we were working on, and we had a special group of volunteers working on this. And so this went online yesterday. Let me briefly say something about the finances. The region itself is doing pretty well financially. Why is that? It is because our income didn't really decrease so far. And on the other hand, we didn't have travel cost, accommodation cost, all this, because all the physical meetings, or a big portion of the physical meetings, didn't happen. So we're happy with this. Even though we would be happier to spend the money for the purposes for which we got the money. So this is kind of, as a treasurer, I can say I'm happy that we are not suffering from anything, but from my heart, I would prefer that we have the meetings and the activities and would do more the regular business. We are also monitoring, and that's very important for us, our member organizations. And we can say we had a meeting with the committee just yesterday night, and we were closely monitoring, especially the financial situation of our member organizations. And we can say, especially those offering scout activities, because they are running scout centers, scout shops, all those, they are really having a hard time, and we are trying to identify ways how we can support them. And I assume, and this is something what Henrik also said or mentioned a little bit, I assume that there will be requests, and they could also be directed to the European Scout Foundation. So probably this could also become a task of you, the Friends of Scouting in Europe. Two more points I would like to mention. One thing, Henrik said that as well. We are now in the mood of the European Jamboree Blues. This is at least the term that's currently used, and this reflects pretty well our feelings. We understand that this decision had to be taken. However, we are sad and we are trying to deal with it. And that has really many aspects, and I can say we are happy that we are still working closely together with the organizers and are seeing how to best overcome the situation, which is not the situation we wanted to have, but we understand that we can't change it and that we had to take this decision. One last word on the office. All our people in the office are doing well. They changed their mode of working, as probably most of you did, and everyone is doing well. Abir, our regional director, is dealing pretty well with the situation, and I think most people are now really used to this mobile or home working environment, and the support of the office is still continuing pretty well. So overall, the bottom line is we are working. Yes, the ways of working changed. We are doing well, and we're trying to keep the spirit up. That's the message from the committee. Thank you very much.